Shemu'el 2, 2 Samuel chapter 23. And these are the last words of Dawid, the saying of Dawid, son of Yeshai, the saying of the man raised up on high, the anointed of the Elohim of Yaakov, and the sweet singer of Yisrael. The Ruah of Yahweh has spoken through me, and his word is on my tongue. The Elohim of Yisrael said, the Rock of Yisrael spoke to me, one who rules over man righteously, who rules in the reverence of Elohim, is like the light of the morning when the sun rises, a morning without clouds, tender grass from the earth, from sunshine, from rain. For is not my house so with El? For he has made an everlasting covenant with me, ordered in all and guarded, for all my deliverance and all desire. Shall he not make it send forth a branch? But the worthless are all as thorns thrust away, for they are not taken with hands, but the man who touches them uses iron or the shaft of a spear, and with fire they are burned up in place. These are the names of the mighty men whom Dawid had: Yoshev-Bassheveth the Techemonite. Chief among the officers, he was Adino the Eznite, for 800 slain at one time. And after him was Eleazar, son of Dodo the Ahohite, one of the 3 mighty men with Dawid when they taunted the Palestites, who were gathered there for battle, and the men of Israel had gone up. He arose and smote the Palestites until his hand was weary, but his hand clung to the sword. So Yahuah brought about a great deliverance that day, and the people returned after him only to plunder. And after him was Shema, son of Agay the Hararite. And the Palestites had gathered into a company where there was a plot of ground covered with lentils, and the people fled from the Palestites. But he took his stand in the middle of the field and delivered it, and smote the Palestites. And Yahuah wrought a great deliverance. And 3 of the 30 chief men went down at harvest time and came to Dawid at the cave of Adullam, while the army of Palestites encamped in the valley of Rephaim. And Dawid was then in the stronghold, while a watchpost of the Palestites was then in Bethlehem. And Dawid longed and said, "Oh, that someone would give me a drink of the water from the well of Bethlehem, which is by the gate." And the 3 mighty men broke through the camp of the Palestites and drew water from the well of Bethlehem that was by the gate, and took it and brought it to Dawid. But he would not drink it, but poured it out to Yahuah. And he said, "Far be it from me, O Yahuah, to do this, the blood of the men who went at the risk of their lives." So he would not drink it. This is what the 3 mighty men did. And Avishai, the brother of Joab, son of Zeruiah, was chief of another 3, and he lifted his spear against 300 men whom he slew, and had a name among these 3. Was he not the most esteemed of 3? And he became their commander, but he did not come to the first 3. And Benayahu was the son of Jehoiada, son of a brave man from Kavzeel, great in deeds. He smote 2 lion-like men of Moab, and he went down and smote a lion in the midst of a pit on a snowy day. And he smote a Mitzrite, an impressive man, and the Mitzrite had a spear in his hand, so he went down to him with a staff, wrenched the spear out of the Mitzrite's hand, and slew him with his own spear. This is what Benayahu, son of Jehoiada, did, and had a name among 3 mighty men. He was more esteemed than the 30, but he did not come to the first 3, and Dawid put him over his guard. Asahel, the brother of Joab, was one of the 30. Elchanan, son of Dodo of Bethlehem, Shema the Harodite, Elikah the Harodite, Chelez the Paltite, Ira, son of Ikesh the Tekoite, Eviezer the Anothathite, Mevunai the Hushathite, Zelmon the Echochite, Merari the Netophathite, Chelev son of Baanah the Netophathite, Ittai son of Rabbi from Gibah of the children of Benjamin, Benayahu the Parathonite, Hiddai from the wadis of Gaash, Avai Elvon the Arbathite, Esmawith the Barchumite, Eliachba the Shealbonite of the sons of Yashen, Yahonathan, Shema the Hararite, Echiam son of Sharar the Hararite, Eliphalet son of Echesbai son of the Micaiathite, Eliam son of Achithophel the Galonite, Chesrai the Carmelite, Pararai the Arbite, Yegal son of Nathan of Zovah, Benai the Gadite, Zelech the Ammonite, Necharai the Berothite, armor-bearer of Joab son of Zeruiah, Ira the Yithrite, Gerev the Yithrite, and Uriah the Hittite. 37 in all. Shemu'el 2, 2 Samuel chapter 24. And again the displeasure of Yahuah burned against Yisrael and moved Dawid against them to say, Go, number Yisrael and Yehudah. And the sovereign said to Joab, the commander of the army who was with him, Go, please, throughout all the tribes of Yisrael, from Dan to Beersheba, and register the people so that I know the number of the people. And Joab said to the sovereign, Even if Yahuah your Elohim adds to the people 100-fold more than there are, and the eyes of my master the sovereign see it, but why does my master the sovereign delight in this matter? However, the sovereign's word prevailed against Joab and against the commanders of the army, and Joab and the commanders of the army went out from the presence of the sovereign to register the people of Yisrael. And they passed over the Yarden and camped in Aror on the right side of the town, which is in the midst of the Wadi of Gad, and toward Gezer. Then they came to Gilead, into the land of Tachtim Hodshai, and they came to Dan Yan, and around to Zidon. And they came to the stronghold of Zor, and to all the cities of the Hivites and the Canaanites, and went out to South Yehudah as far as Beersheba. And when they had gone through all the land, they came to Yerushalayim at the end of 9 months and 20 days. And Joab gave the number of the registration of the people to the sovereign, and there were in Yisrael 800,000 brave men who drew the sword, and the men of Yehudah were 500,000 men. And the heart of Dawid smote him after he had numbered the people, and Dawid said to Yahuah, I have sinned greatly in what I have done, but now I pray, O Yahuah, take away the wickedness of your servant, for I have done very foolishly. And Dawid rose up in the morning, and the word of Yahuah came to the Nevi Gad, Dawid's seer, saying, Go, and you shall speak to Dawid. Thus said Yahuah, I hold 3 before you. Choose one of them, and I do it to you. Gad then came to Dawid and informed him, and he said to him, Should 7 years of scarcity of food come to you in your land? Or would you flee 3 months before your enemies while they pursue you? Or should there be 3 days' plague in your land? Now know and see what answer I take back to him who sent me. And Dawid said to Gad, I am in great trouble. Please let us fall into the hand of Yahuah, for his compassion is great, but do not let me fall into the hand of man. And Yahuah sent a plague upon Yisrael from the morning till the appointed time, and from Dan to Beersheba 70,000 men of the people died. And the messenger stretched out his hand over Yerushalayim to destroy it, and Yahuah relented concerning the evil, and said to the messenger who was destroying the people, It is enough, now stop your hand. And the messenger of Yahuah was by the threshing floor of Araunah the Jebusite. And Dawid spoke to Yahuah when he saw the messenger who was smiting the people, and said, See, I have sinned, and I have done perversely, but these sheep, what have they done? Let your hand, I pray, be against me and against my father's house. And Gad came that day to Dawid and said to him, Go up, raise an altar to Yahuah on the threshing floor of Araunah the Yebusite. And Dawid, according to the word of God, went up as Yahuah commanded, and Araunah looked and saw the sovereign and his servants coming toward him. And Araunah went out and bowed before the sovereign with his face to the ground. And Araunah said, Why has my master the sovereign come to his servant? And Dawid said, To buy the threshing floor from you, to build an altar to Yahuah, so that the plague be withdrawn from the people. And Araunah said to Dawid, Let my master the sovereign take and offer that which seems good to him. Here are cattle for burnt offering, and threshing implements, and the yokes of the cattle for wood. All these, O sovereign, Araunah has given to the sovereign. And Araunah said to the sovereign, Yahuah your Elohim accept you. And the sovereign said to Araunah, No, let me buy it from you for a price for certain. I am not offering burnt offerings to Yahuah my Elohim without cost. So Dawid bought the threshing floor and the cattle for 50 shekels of silver. And Dawid built an altar to Yahuah there, and offered burnt offerings and peace offerings. And Yahuah answered the prayers for the land, and the plague was withdrawn from Yisrael.